Okay, you are not going to get something for nothing. If you want to have a nice apartment, then the landlord has to.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to this Friday, July 17th. And it looks very much like we got a risk off kind of overnight. The market is kind of falling apart on us a bit. The Nasdaq has had a major move in the overnight. And so the London session, or the Asian session, London session, not doing too well. So far, the ES, it looks as a tad bit better, but it's pretty under pretty strong pressure as well. So here we have we were up here above the upper areas of resistance, about the 7600s yesterday. Today we are down here flirting with the 7500 mark and lower. And this whole overnight absolutely came apart. So started pretty much right from the get-go. In probably the Asian session more driving this lower, and then the London session stabilizing it. Yeah, it's kind of holding there. They've been all the way down here testing the 7490s, and it's kind of funny that these levels were there before. I haven't really moved these a whole lot, but they run out right down to these two levels and bounced. And we'll see where it's going to go from here. But this starts the day off in a pretty precarious situation, doesn't it? So we are leaning short. Market is definitely in the risk-off kind of mode. It doesn't have to stay that way. It can totally turn around, but right now we're going to have to start this on the short side and see how far I want to take it. So looking to sell strength, at least initially, looking to get short against that 75.20s, 75.30s, 75.50s for rotations down. These three levels of resistance, and if they trade below that, or trade above that, I should say, to trade above that, we'll take off the short bias and go back a range bound. But then we are back in this range again. We've been trading in back and forth. But it looks very much like we are in a little bit of a risk-off start of the day. News this morning: we do have housing starts and permits at 8:30. Import-export prices as well. At 9:15 we get industrial production, and at 10 we get consumer sentiment. So that's what we got going. So 8:30, 9:15, and 10 we have news. I don't think necessarily any of that's going to really move the market a whole lot unless it's really big surprises there. But earnings season, the stuff going on in the Iranian situation is what's causing most of the volatility, I would say. A lot of chip stocks, I guess, is under pressure as well. But there you have it. So we are looking at a pretty good move to the downside to get started. So starting off, looking to sell early strength against that 75.20s, 30s, and up to the 45 to 50s for rotations down. About 50s, take off the short bias and go back range bound. They're looking for potential short up here until they get really back up again. But above 75.50, we are right smack in the middle of this range on the F1. So that just gets us back to a known distribution. If they don't, start taking out challenging that 74.90, so well, the next level down, we're going to be watching it, but we have a potential small low volume area in between, a little attractor area here at the 7400, 7430s, and we'll see if they're going to run it down there. If they head all the way down to the 7340s, yeah, I bet it's going to be start getting a little bit ugly. So we'll see what's going to happen here. But the market feels very much in a risk-off mode, so I would start from the short side at least to get started. Looking at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, look at that guy, all the way down here to that low at the 28,500s. Finally stalled. I mean, so we were trading at the 29,200 and at the 700 points on the downside. Yes, like how fast that happened, right? 3 days. We were up here against the upper areas. We looked pretty good. 1, 2, 3 days. We are back. We are down from 30,000 to 1,500 points to the downside. That is pretty gnarly. That is pretty rough. So we'll see how far they want to push this. But they're definitely pushing the edges and unwinding something, that's for sure. So I would start from the short side there. So we're looking to sell strength up to that 890, 900. So looking for short setups against the 820, the 28,900s, 29,000s for rotations down. 29,000 is going to be Let me see. 29,000 is going to be kind of where the low was from yesterday. So, but I would start and give it a few levels up here before I start thinking about the potential retracement. But unless they can get up above that 29,270 again, we are in a bias to the downside. This could be very much a move out of the middle to the downside we are dealing with right now. Or it actually is a move out of the middle in more than one way. So it's you can see here it started already yesterday. This overnight just confirms that move. So we're in a move out of the middle to the downside on the Nasdaq, and I would just trade it as such. Most likely the ES as well. Yeah, ES is kind of borderline, but Nasdaq for sure. So starting off, looking to sell early strength for rotations down. Looking to buy against weakness very cautiously. These lows right now is the 650s and the 700s. They are definitely support areas. That's where the low was on the Nasdaq. So if you look at the capital flow here again, you see that's the low they've been down at. So that's a buying opportunity, by the way. But I would not be super aggressive on that one just yet. It's a little bit too early. First time to that level, it's already happened. It bounced, but I would not be very aggressive buying it, at least to get started. I would wait for this market to show a little bit of strength before I start getting on the long side of this. So looking to sell strength early on. If they can get up above yesterday's low, maybe we'll start getting more excited about it. But they had to get up above the 170, 129, 160s before I really start thinking that we have a shot at doing something here. And the upper level here, the 29, 300, 270, 300, is going to be way up here. It's going to this upper area right there before we really start changing our bias to the upside again. So it looks to me like we got a pretty rough day ahead of us, at least on the short, at least for the bulls. And the bears, maybe that's going to win the day, but I would expect a lot of volatility. But have an overnight like this, we can get a lot of follow through on the downside. We can get a hard snapback rally which retraces the whole overnight and then start selling off. So we may be in for a roller coaster today. So yes, hold on. It's a Friday, so I would trade it with a bit of caution. No point of blowing up your account before the weekend, right? So and you really, but you can put some dough in that account as well. You get on the right side of a trade here, and the market moves like it's moving. So you can certainly fill that account up as well. But volatility usually works against directional moves because the counter rotations just tends to knock you out. But anyway, so that's how we get started on the short side on both the ES and Nasdaq. Looking at the bond market is to the upside, big move to the upside. So yields coming down, prices going up. That means that something is going on. My bond market has been trading lower here all the way down. I've been retesting here at this level down here to 110, 110.16 for a bit now. And if you look at the bigger picture, we are looking, there we have it. So we have been building value right around about this edge here. And right now we're looking at there you go. And we're looking at a little bit of rotation back up again. If you can get up above this area, the 112s, we may be back up in this upper range. But you can see how this grind has been a slow move down here, down in yields creeping higher, bond prices going lower. And now, right now, we're getting a little bit of counter rotation, so I will take it. But I would look for. I mean, we're still not clear that the 111. See, that is 111.20. So if they had to kind of get up above that one, but if you can get up above 112, I would be a little bit more excited about the long side of this one. But right now, I'm looking at this as at strength, early strength. We'll see if they can hold on to it. So potentially short opportunity here at the 1120s. But if they start taking out that one, maybe look for a long trade running it up to 112s. And if they take out 112s, I would would be a lot more aggressive on the long side of this. But then again, a big part of the move could be over by then. So we'll see how it develops. But one market to the upside, I would look to buy against that pullbacks to 1112s. down to the 1106s. I would look to buy against those two areas for rotations up again, and then see how this shakes out. So starting with a slight bias to the upside on the bonds. Let's be mindful. Bond market has been drifting lower for a bit. It's going to change anything, maybe. We'll see. All right, finally, all cryptos are not moving. Well, silver is down to 55. Gold is below 4,000. So yeah, they're getting hammered too. Oil is holding around 80. So that's kind of where we're at on those. The Ethereum, Bitcoin is back down to 63. Ethereum still holding pretty good at 1,800. So that's where we are. You're kind of going back and forth a bit on those markets. So we will. Haven't been very aggressive on them, but if you can get on one of these gold trades, silver trades, when they reverse the whole range, because you can see the downhill, then they have pretty good runs on it. But in between, you get caught in the slop, then they just chop you up. So you have to get on one of those moves, and it happens pretty quick. But those moves could potentially yield some good trades. So that's where we are. I haven't traded the cryptos for a bit here, but I'm looking at them, so we'll see if I find opportunities. Okay, back to the ES and the NASDAQ, and so far, it's kind of sitting here twisting in the wind. Let's see if what we're going to get. Are we going to get more strength, a little bit of snapback rally at the open, or are we going to get more weakness and pushing the lows and more grinding to the downside? This could be a rough day if they take out the lows and we see some follow through. All right, guys, we'll wrap it there. So good trading. News at 8:30, 9:15, and 10. And we'll take it from there. All right, guys, I'll see you back at 11:30 for the next update. All right, guys, later.